Let's well, before we get started, how about it, Shep? Can you
Yeah,
give us a word of prayer?
absolutely. Thank you. All right. Lord, we just thank you for a great day today. Thank you for another opportunity to learn and serve our clients. Father, I just pray you would continue to bless the work of our hands, bless our clients, Father, bless our agents and their families, Lord, and just prosper everything that we put our hands to, Lord. In Christ's name I pray. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Thanks a lot, Shep, for that word of prayer. So, Joe, tell us what's going on, man.
Oh man, I was kind of expecting it, so I was sitting there watching at 8:30 this morning. Inflationary numbers came in. April inflation numbers were double expectations. In fact, this is the highest rate of inflation that we've seen in 39 years. What does that mean? It means the cost of goods is going up. We've all seen this in the housing market. A lot of people, we've been solely focused on that, but it's hitting the rest of the economy. Fuel prices up 37% year over year. That's a huge spike. And it's even worse right now because of this pipeline. I mean, these are April numbers, so you can imagine what May numbers are going to look like right now. So what's the big deal about that? Well, inflation is the killer of bonds, and mortgages are bonds. Okay, so that means investors that are purchasing those bonds, funding those loans, are going to demand more for the money they're lending, because the cost is increasing over time. And so when they're purchasing that bond, that mortgage-backed security bond, they're purchasing it. And the reason why I always tell you to watch the 10-year treasury is most people maintain that loan for 7 to 10 years. Statistically, we know the average loan lasts somewhere between 7 to 10 years. At that point in time, the people either sell the home or refinance the home. It's a cycle, right? Every 7 to 10 years. So investors have to choose, do I buy a 10-year treasury note and hold that in my portfolio long term at whatever the yield is, which is like 1.68% right now. There's zero risk in a US treasury. A mortgage-backed security carries a little bit of a higher risk, so I'm going to demand a little bit of a higher return. Right now that return is sitting at like 1.3%, so it's actually less than the 10-year treasury with a lot more risk involved. So what's going to happen is bond buyers, which are insurance companies, large insurance companies, state and government retirement plans, they're going to swing over and start purchasing treasuries instead of mortgage bonds, which means the yields on mortgage bonds have to increase, which means rates have to increase. All right, so I'm already seeing it this morning, a rapid spike in rates, and it's just begun. So on the day from yesterday, I mean, I tried to lock every loan I possibly could yesterday. I anticipated this coming. Rates are an eighth higher than they were yesterday. So 0.125 higher than they were yesterday. If they didn't lock in before this morning at 8:30, their rate's going to be an eighth higher today. I expect that trend to continue. I would, if I had a client that got me a contract right now, even though we're an eighth higher than yesterday, I would lock it in because I'm expecting it to be another eighth or a quarter higher this afternoon, because there's a 10-year treasury auction at 1 p.m. So the second that auction kicks off, that's going to show where investors are moving their money, and that's going to cause the yields on mortgage-backed securities to increase. So I'm expecting at 1 o'clock, expect pricing freezes. So if your clients are getting quoted this morning or got quoted yesterday, that rate's no longer available, and it's moving faster than I can reprice a loan right now. So it's big, and inflation's bad all around. Target inflation's 2%, which means wages can keep up with the increasing cost of goods. Right now, we're looking at the core inflation at 4%, so that's double what your income can keep up with. And this is preliminary. This is April. I'm worried about the May, the June, July. If this continues, you could see the cost of goods, quickly doubling. A lot of you guys were around for the Carter administration. You've seen this. You've been here before. The lines at the gas pumps. All right, this ain't the first time, the first rodeo. So I'm hoping the Fed steps in soon and does something. They've got to tighten up some of these loose lending standards. Unfortunate for us and our paychecks, but if not, it's going to hit us long term in our spending. So rates today, VA 2.875, like I said, up an eighth from yesterday. FHA is trending right about the same. Conventional is about 3.25. Still historically good rates. I mean, can't complain about that. But they are increasing. So those folks that are tire kicking, you know, I was talking with Mike, my manager, this morning. I've been calling for a 10% correction in the market for about 3 months now. I mean, you guys have heard me say it. I think right now we just hit that tipping point. So I'm already starting to see it in the stock market. It moves a little faster. Expect to start seeing it in the purchase and sell market in real estate as well. I think we just hit the pendulum where rates are going to shift on the upward bound. The number of buyers in the market start backing out, which lowers demand. And you're not going to see these crazy bidding wars continue. It's not sustainable. So, you know, make sure whether you're representing a seller or a buyer that they understand that. They understand that market. You know, these sellers are getting extremely greedy. I mean, extreme greed. So just be cognizant of that. Doing that, the potential is you miss out on that opportunity and the market shifts right under your nose and you wind up getting less than what you could have gotten. So got to time it right. But yeah, I mean, things are, other than that, I mean, purchase market is hot. I mean, it's super hot, red hot. So still dealing with a lot of multiple offer situations. One thing I want to encourage you guys, we at Loan Depot do it. Most lenders do not. We do full TBD underwrites. So that means I can underwrite a loan without a property. So your borrower applies with me. They give me all their credit documents. I go ahead and package that loan up and I send it into underwriting with everything but a property. I get a full loan approval. So I have a loan approval and the only outstanding conditions would be an acceptable property with an appraisal, acceptable appraisal, and acceptable title. That way your buyers are making offers as good as they can get, as same as cash. That's how you become your buyers, especially if you're representing buyers in this market, you become extremely competitive. I will tell you 9 out of the 10 contracts that I got Monday were all TBD approved buyers. They came in with a commitment letter, same as cash, with a quick close. Like literally the only thing I need is title and appraisal. So as soon as those get in, I can close. It really stands out in this market. And if you want your buyers, if you're tired of making those multiple offers, this is one way to get over it because your buyers stand out.
Okay. Well, thanks for that good information, Joe, as always. We appreciate you always stepping in on our sales meeting, you and Sam giving us great information. Both of you guys are doing an outstanding job for our company. I know Sam is staying pretty busy as well, so we appreciate you guys.
And if you ain't filled up and you can find gas, do it now. The nearest gas to me is 65 miles. Every other station is sold out within 65 miles of me.
Wow. Yeah, I need.
Good thing I ain't going nowhere. I'll be processing your loans from here.
Right.
I'll bring you some gas, Joe.
All right, send me some gas, Yep.
Thanks a lot, Joe.
You bet.
All right, so today we want to talk about utilizing social media and social media platforms, and it's a great way to advertise. If you're not in social media right now, you're missing out. And I think just about everybody that I know is on some form of social media or some platform. And I've been looking at just articles and information, you know, where our older crowd wouldn't really get into social media, but I think that it's a moving trend that you pretty much have to get into if you want to stay at top of mind in real estate. So either you're on Facebook or Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, LinkedIn, or Snapchat, some form of social media. I think it's great for us to do that. It's really taken the place of print media for a good bit of it. Uh, why do you guys think that is? Why do you think social media has taken off like a rocket ship over the old forms of like print media and other avenues that we've been known to advertise? Why do you think that is? Anybody?
Technology.
What'd you say? What'd you say, Jim?
Technology.
Absolutely. Technology, everything is just changing. I can't remember. I never thought that I'd see cabs being replaced by something like Uber or something like that. I never thought that we get away from the VHS or the DVD, and now it's like uh, you have online cable, all of those things are just a trend that we're moving to. It's faster, it's sleeker, it's more cost effective. So and social media is the same way. So it's taken over a larger platform of advertising in the world. And one of the biggest things is you you actually it's actually free for the most part. There are some ads that you have to pay for, but now with social media, you see people that are overnight successes just based upon being on YouTube or on some form of social media where they are actually becoming stars and not signing deals with any companies based upon social media. So it's become a big thing. It's free, it's cost effective. Uh, you can reach more people. I know that Mike Ferry was talking about the agent that was trying to go on all of these listing appointments where it would take them pretty much the whole day to actually go to all of these appointments, where now they're using a social media platform or some type of social media to actually reach these people where they would have not normally were able to reach them, and it grabs your attention. So let's kind of talk about the pros and cons of the whole social media thing. Can anybody give me, and I know Jim just gave me one, but what are some of the other pros to being on social media?
Easy access.
Easy access. Yep.
ROI.
Return on investment. Absolutely. That's a big one because, like I said, it's practically free, and people are not having to pay a lot of money. I remember uh, a couple of years ago, this is probably about 15, 16 years ago, we used to advertise in the Homes and Land magazine. That was like the big thing to do. And I remember I had gotten my first $1 million listing, and I had to call because I wanted the cover page. And you would have so many people in the Homes and Land magazine competing for that cover page, which meant that your house that you were advertising was either going to get that front page or the first couple of pages in the book. And that was like a super big thing. And I think I might have paid $200 or something like that just to get that cover page for the Homes and Land. So you're right, Joe. ROI all day long. So that's a big thing. What else are the pros of social media?
You can
You
reach
can
a
reach more
wider
people.
range of people.
What was that, Chelsea?
I was just saying you can reach a wider range of people.
Absolutely. Wider range of people. Good point. Very good point. Somebody else was saying something as well.
Well, I was going to say demographic coverage, kind of the same thing. You can cover all demographics pretty instantly and the speed of your message.
Yes, definitely. A couple more. Anybody have any more?
Anthony, someone told me one time, I may be guilty of this, but the average person looks at Facebook about 5 or 6 times a day. That's amazing, isn't it?
You're absolutely right. So, and I was actually talking to Jed Harris, which, you know, normally you wouldn't think someone like Jed would be on social media, but he's kind of gotten hip to the whole social media thing. And he said, hey, you know, Anthony, we were talking last night, me, Jed, and Shep, and he was basically saying, you know, I try to do my best to stay off of social media, but he was like, yesterday I was on there about 6 or 7 times. But you're right, everybody goes to social media multiple times a day, so that's a platform where you could grab the biggest audience quickly. So that's another good pro. Some of the things that I just kind of notated that you guys didn't say was, you know, it's a good way to pick up clients. It's a good way to pick up clients really quick. And people associate themselves with winners. So when you're on the social media platform and you're showing a house that you got under contract, or you're viewing a property, so those things, it shows the public that you're actively in real estate and you're actively being successful in this business. Whereas before, it would just be, you know, a buyer or a seller didn't know really anything about you. Whereas now they can go out there and see, oh, this guy he's really selling, or he's doing a whole lot. When you reach your goals, such as the circle of excellence, and you put that out there, thank you for my clients that I work with this year. Daniel Jones had posted something on social media talking about he had talked to one of his clients and that didn't listen to what he was trying to tell him. And then he gave him some suggestions and the house went under contract immediately. Wow. Well, if I was a seller and I was having problems getting my house sold and I saw something like that, I would say, hey, this is the guy that I need to call. So it actually helps you become winners. People see your success on social media. So that's a big thing. It's, as Joe and Shep and Jim talked about, it's a great branding tool. There's no other tool better to brand yourself than social media. Actually, the branding part is, I think, the biggest advantage. So it's a great way of branding yourself and staying in front of friends and family. I know Alex had talked about what was the biggest complaint from clients that Alex talked about, from past clients?
Not staying in touch.
Not staying in touch. Absolutely. So that was one of the big things. So now your social media platform, even though you may not touch them directly, but social media helps do that, because at least they could see you there. You become top of mind. So when you're doing something on social media, it actually keeps you in the forefront of your friends and family's mind because they see you more often. So I always say that that's a great tool to pick up clients and to stay at the forefront of everyone's mind. I don't know. Well, let me ask you this, and I'm gonna ask this to Joe, actually, where, you know, websites were the thing where you had to create a website, and on that website you had to pay for the monitoring of the website and all of this different stuff. And now really you can utilize social media as your own website.
Absolutely. Yeah. You can create your own business page and just drive traffic solely to it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So that's one of the big things of social media too, is you use it as your personal website, where any homes that you have listed, you could do that.
And one of the things nowadays, with you being able to do that, one of the things you used to have to pay for is, like you said, that monitoring piece of it. Nowadays, if you have a Facebook business page like I do, I can see how many people went to my page, how many people read my message, how many times each individual person clicked on that message, and so you can monitor all that, and it costs me zero.
Zero. Back in the day, that used to be a pretty big cost.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, to have a website and to monitor it. So Century 21, sometimes we use social media as a recruiting tool. Uh, we use that where Alex may put out a post talking about we're having a Mike Ferry seminar, and agents are welcome to come in on that seminar. Uh, and that could be used as a recruiting tool, not only for the company, but I know other agents want to have their friends or whatever to be a part of this company. So that's another great tool. So let's kind of talk about. I know that there's so many great things to utilize on social media, but we also have to be careful about how we use it, because it can actually be a disadvantage for us too. So I know everybody wants to talk about the pros to social media, but we need to just be mindful of some other things too. So what would be considered a con of social media?
Mhm.
Anybody have any ideas how social media could be, not as beneficial to you?
Hey, Anthony, it's funny you're having this call because last week I spent an hour doing a web call with Paul Purcell. So Paul Purcell is Loan Depot's chief of marketing. And so he runs all of our national campaigns, and we talked in depth about social media and different marketing strategies to supplement the national campaign. And he's real big into social media because the cost and the return on investment. Why not? But it's funny. I told him, my biggest heartache. I have a hard time because spending so many years in the Army, I always had to suppress what I said. I had to suppress posting photos because the geotagging on the photos, so somebody would be able to figure out where I was at or where I was going and things of that nature. You expose yourself out there. And I think that is a downside. I'm still trying to overcome that and do more on social media, but it's like ingrained in my DNA now. Like, oh, don't post that, don't put your location, don't put a picture, because people will know where you're at. You go on vacation, your home gets broken because you're based in vacation photo. So there is a downside. You just have to be cognizant, aware of that, and play it strategically.
Absolutely. That's a very good point.
And then
go ahead.
Now, the only other thing I was going to bring up is they've done a lot of social media surveys. And surprisingly, people are tired of seeing agents that I just closed under contract. They're tired of seeing it, and it gets a lot of your buyers and sellers. It pushes them down because they feel like I'm being left out, like I'm actively out there looking for homes and trying to buy a home, but I keep getting pushed out of the market. Yet these other people, so just be cognizant of that. One of the things he recommended to us, especially right now, is the small business. So instead of always posting just sold, just sold, just sold, do an interview with a small business owner. That community engagement. Everybody wants to invest back in their community. We've been through a lot in the last year. And everybody wants to make sure everybody in that tribe, that family, is doing well. And so instead of doing that stuff, go out and interview that business owner and try to boost their business. And in turn, it will boost your business.
Absolutely. I know that Jackie Leonard does a great job at that. And I wanted to talk about her social media page. Laura does an outstanding job in reference to not only having just listed or just sold, but Jackie used to have interviews with business owners and different companies that were either new in our area or business owners, and promoted their business. And I thought that was a genius way of actually utilizing her social media, not just to bring her clients in, but other people in the community that may come to her page just for other business owners and top of mind places to go or things like that. So that's a great point. It's a great point. Any other ways that you think social media may not be just a great thing to do?
The stuff that you post stays forever.
There you go. So somebody could, great point, Daisha. Uh, that information is out there. Once it's out there, it's out there. And sometimes we can't control that. So we have to be mindful of the things that we post because, once we put it out there, it's out there. So that's another great point. I had wrote down, and some people may not think about this, but sometimes it's overexposure. Sometimes people get tired of seeing you post this, that, and other. So we have to be mindful about what we post. But that goes over to the point of me saying that I think it's great to create a business page. Number one, it gives you other tools that you can utilize on your business page. And I just think that there's a difference between having a personal Facebook page as opposed to a business Facebook page. For me, on my personal, I'm gonna put stuff out there about my grandson or my family because that's the type of things that people want to see. And if I'm bombarding people with my houses on my personal page, they may not want to see that all the time. But if you create a business page, then that way you can drive your clients, and if they like it, then you know that they volunteered to come in and see the information that you're putting out there. So you'll see like Jackie Leonard that has a personal Facebook page, and then she has her real estate Facebook page. You have Radiant Real Estate Group that has their real estate page, and each one of those ladies have their personal page as well. So I think it's important to separate the two. It's almost like going to a church and trying to advertise selling houses. It's just, it's not the right place to do it, you know? So I really think that one of the cons is sometimes we advertise too much on our personal page when we just need to create a business page. And another thing is, I think that agents feel like that can replace talking to people. And we can't replace talking to people. Mike Ferry says it all the time. We gotta talk to people. We can't let Facebook do all of the work for us or Instagram. This is a relationship business, and we want to be not just transaction agents, but relationship agents. And that's the difference of people using us from years to come. So we can't use social media as a way of replacing talking to people, because uh, word of mouth and getting in front of people is the best form that you can have. So we could never replace that. And I think sometimes we as agents think that we can. And there's two forms of marketing and advertising where you have reactive and proactive. And by far, I think proactive is the best. Now, is reactive necessary? I think it has its place. But the difference is when we post on social media, it's a reactive form of advertisement, which means that we put something out there and people have to respond to it. Uh, like an open house is a reactive form of way of getting business. People have to come to the open house for us to get those potential leads. So that's one of the cons, is that, if we know that being proactive is the best form of advertisement, like going into your database and 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 going out and talking to clients and getting people. Reactive is more so you're just waiting for the business to come to you. And even though you can get business that way, it may not be just the best way of getting business. I wanted to pull something up that I saw. Let's see if I could find it right quick. Um, Let me see if I can go to my Facebook page here. Let's see. Um, let's see if it'll let me in. Okay. I want to go to just to Radiant Real Estate Group's page. I think that they do such an awesome job with promoting their Facebook page. But there was a post that I saw by Taylor that I thought was just really a quick post that gave really good information. And one of the things that they do is they keep their videos pretty short and sweet. Hang on here. Let's see if I can get to it right quick. She just posted it yesterday, I want to believe it was. Trying to move it over so I can see where their videos are. Here it is. Thought this was a great video, that it was pretty quick, gave good information. I don't know if I can hear the sound on it. Let me see if I can. Katie, will it allow me to play the sound?
Yes, it should ask you if you want to share your computer sound.
Okay, I think I got it.
Hi guys, Taylor here with Radiant Real Estate Group. Welcome back to this week's segment, Let's Talk Tuesday. Today we're going to be talking title, the significance behind it, and why it should be important to you. So title is referring to the right of ownership to property, the legal right of ownership to property. So in this transaction, as you're purchasing property, it's referred to as taking title, right, during this beginning to end phase. So you want to be sure your representative is top notch right here on communication, follow-up, and knowledge, because once the contract is fully bound and now you have a binding agreement, that agreement goes to the attorneys, per your agent or a realtor like myself, who will then order the title, your attorneys will, and they'll be checking and closely examining for any levies or liens on the title, which would make it an unclear title, giving anyone the ability to question the legal right of ownership of that piece of property, or allowing a member of a third party to come in and make a claim on a property that you are working very hard to obtain in this moment, okay? So you want to be sure that you give Radiant Real Estate Group a call right here at 706-383-7237 so that we can walk you through this process from beginning to end with a very clean title, okay? So please give us a call and we'll see you next time. All right, bye.
So their videos are like that. And I love that, the fact that they have different days that they do stuff. Taylor is usually on Tuesday, Deja is Friday, and you have Brianka Wednesday. So I think that they do a great job at that. And then I want to also go to one more thing. 21 online. Let me log in real quick here. Century 21 actually has got on board with the social media platform as well, and something that Katie sent to me that I thought was really good that you all could utilize. Why am I not able to get in? Okay. Let me see if, I don't know why it's not letting me get in, because I have this programmed in. I have no idea why it's not letting me in. Let me see if I could go to maybe where Katie actually sent this information to me to see if it'll allow me to get in this way. One second here. When did you send that to me, Katie? Yesterday?
What's the?
Yeah, it's all at the bottom. It's at the very bottom of the screen.
Right here?
Yeah.
Yeah, there it is. Okay. Oh God, it's still not gonna let me in. But
That's a rental, right?
I have no idea why. Can
Does he
I share the screen with you, Katie? Pull it up?
Yeah, I can show it. That's no problem.
Okay.
Oh,
See.
Brad Street. Okay. Let me transfer over to Brad.
You share my screen.
That's the other thing. So we have all of our rentals, but then so like that person was calling about a rental we don't have on our system.
Okay.
So she was
Okay,
calling to
so-
verify.
All right, I don't know why I'm not able to get in, but can you go to the top, Katie, and go to resources? And then one of the things that I want to show is like where it says social media posts. What Century 21 does is they're giving you an opportunity to have this information that you could post one item a week. So let's just click on current inventory. See if that pulls up there. So this is basic information about the current inventory and how we're down year over year as far as the inventory. So this is information that you could put out on social media where you don't have to go find it. It's information that's already created by Century 21 just to give your clients or your people on social media information about what's going on with the current inventory. Go to another one, Katie, that was in April. We'll go to one more. Yep, days on market. So we know that there's a big difference now between days on market, whereas in February of 2020, the average for the nation was 36 days on market, and now it's right at 20 days on the market. So houses are selling 44.4% faster year over year. This is good information that you don't have to go find. It's already created for you. And all you have to do is go to our 21 online, then go to C21 University, and all of this information is there for you under Market Watch. I want you to click off that, Katie, and go to, there's also a video. It's at the top. And that's just a quick 2-minute video. If you could click on that, just so you could see that. It's not letting you hear the sound of it.
Is it not sharing the sound?
No, it's not.
Oh, it didn't ask me if I wanted to share sound.
Well, no worries. That is a quick 2-minute video, and it basically talks about the homes, existing homes and the sales and how quickly the market has changed, whereas it's making it quite difficult for people to find houses, but how the market is from 2020 to 2021. And I thought that that was like super information that, again, you could send out to your clients, where they could have that information, where you, again, it's a video that you don't have to create, it's already there for you. So go to that information. It's available for you on 21 Online.
One other thing, Anthony, if you go down here to the PowerPoint decks, it brings up a PowerPoint, and this is also things that you can post.
Okay, yes.
And it also gives you things that you can put, say, along with your post. So your call to action, different things like that down there at the bottom in the note section.
Right, and go to one more thing, Katie. You could also on there you have a version where you can edit and editable right there. Yeah, and when you click on that one, you can personalize it where.
Oh, that's what I thought I had clicked on. Sorry, Anthony.
Yeah. So you could put your picture, your name, email, phone number on those, and you could personalize all of that information and send it out to your client. So if you want to put your picture or your information out there, you can, and you could just send it on, or you could put it on your social media page. So again, the way that you get to that is you log into 21 Online, then you go to C21 University. And once you get to there, you'll type in Market Watch, and that's where you'll get that information. Okay. There's one last thing that I want to show, and I was looking at some articles, and let me see if I can get back to my email. So let's get back to my email. Let's see if it'll pop up here. I had it, emailed it to myself. Let me see if it'll come through in just a second here. There it is. Okay. I thought this was good information where, how did agents get new clients in 2020? So we see the old method, 16% were cold calling. 18% is print advertising. So we know that that's the percentages are going down for print advertising. 26% buying leads, 33% online advertising. So that's part of social media. And then 44% just posting on social media. But I want you guys to see something, and I thought that it was very interesting. An overwhelming percentage comes from referrals, and that comes from your database. Working those people, that shows that good old-fashioned word of mouth, still talking face-to-face to people, with people, is still the best way to get the majority of your clients. Now, it does go down to show what will agents focus on in 2021 to grow their business. 43% direct mail, website optimization, 45%, branding efforts, we talked about branding and social media, is 56%, improved CRM and email campaigns at 66.5%. But if you look here, 82% improved social media presence. So there is a place for social media, guys. We just gotta, utilize it and use it the right way. And I think that it's still definitely a powerful tool that I think we do have to get to the point where we are utilizing that. So just wanted to share that information with you. We're pretty much at our time. Anybody have any feedback that they want to share or or discuss?
Hey, Anthony, I was just going to give you some metrics. Like I said, I just had this discussion. Metrics show 2 to 3 videos a week get you the largest presence and the most imprints. The other thing, a huge missed opportunity, and I didn't even think about it, but Paul brought it up to me, is said, you know, I'm seeing all these, they're seeing all these realtors just closed, all this stuff, taking pictures at closing with the clients, but no one ever tags them. So ask your clients, can you tag them? You don't need to be their friend to tag them. Facebook will pick up, it uses the facial recognition software. You can tag them, because now not only are you hitting your sphere of influence, but you're hitting their sphere of influence as well. So you're getting more impressions. And tag your lender in there, you know, put them in there, because now you're hitting my sphere of influence, which I don't know. I don't do as much as I'd like to do. I got to get better at it, but I know I've got thousands and thousands of friends on Facebook. But yeah, I mean, you're increasing that sphere of influence and showing up on their pages. I mean, and buying a home is a huge deal, or selling a home is a huge deal. So just quick question. Hey, after you take that picture, do you mind if I tag you? Nope. Tag away. Because now you're, especially with military, you're not only tagging them, but you're tagging the base that they just came from and all their friends and associates that may or may not be PCS and may hit you up on Facebook, because millennials feel more comfortable sending you a message on Facebook than they do picking up the phone and calling you. Let's face reality here. So huge misses there that we can definitely clean up and do a lot better.
Yeah, great point. Great point. All right, well, guys, that's it for today. Thank you all for tuning in. Keep doing a great job with your social media. If there's anything that Chef Alex or myself can do to help you, please feel free to reach out to us. And we hope you enjoyed our sales meeting today. We'll see you guys later. Bye.